We're on?
Yes.
Ah. Alright, so this is a video for Susan, our friend, that wanted to see how we do our laundry soap, and I might as well just throw it on YouTube real quick. I grabbed this recipe from Pinterest and some other places. I kind of modified it to something for it to meet our needs, and this is what we got. I'm going to be giving you, Susan, the instructions right here, but I'm going to be saying them out loud. You can zoom in or whatever, it doesn't matter. But I'm actually doing double of what this says because we need it a little bit anyway, so this is how we do it. Pretty much your ingredients are going to be super washing soda, and it's Arm & Hammer, but don't confuse it with baking soda. It's not baking soda, it's like a laundry booster, so don't confuse that. The original recipe, I'm going to be saying what I'm actually doing, not what's on here. I'm doubling it, obviously. So it's a cup of this, a cup of borax 20 mule team. It's a detergent booster as well, and this is actually, it's a naturally found mineral that's in one of the deposits out west in the United States. You can look it up. It's you can, I wouldn't drink, I don't want to eat this stuff, but it actually makes it a little gritty, so it actually, this is what helps clean the clothes. And then the other thing is Zote. We use the Zote that comes, it's actually soap that comes in a bar, but we buy it that is already grated because it's one less step and we're already making our own soap. So I think that's, you know, it's really annoying to have to do any more work than that. It's enough that we do that. So it's only a couple dollars more. And it does 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It'll do about 6 of these. And this is what you're gonna go through. These are still full. And we just finished these. We've done 6 of the gallon size. And so, I mean, it goes a long way. I think this is like $3 or $4. It's not much. And then whatever containers you have, we're using for you, we're using something from distilled vinegar because it doesn't leave a residue and all that stuff. So, all right, so we'll start off. I kind of pre-measured it first so that, you know, we can step it up. Oh, by the way, do you like my Movember mustache? Huh? I look like Mario or something. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna start off with we're doing 4 cups of shredded Zote melted into 6 cups, which we're doing 12 cups of water. So I already have the 12 cups of water. You don't want it boiling. I kind of do until, like, you see the little bubbles on the bottom and you start seeing a little bit of the smokiness, because it's going to go down really quick in temperature, so it's not a big deal. So we kind of stir that in. And that's the Zote that we just threw in there, and you'll see that it'll start melting and dissolving like pretty quickly. It doesn't take long. It takes a couple minutes. Obviously, you don't want it to stick, and it starts stinking up the house really nice. This stuff. It does have a little bit of an aroma, obviously, to it, a smell to it, and the soap, the end result of the soap also has a little bit of a smell to it that's kind of nice. It's kind of soapy. It has, for some reason, it reminds me of my childhood a little bit, because I think it's you can use Fell's Naphtha, I think it's called, and some other type of bar soaps, but most of them, they're phosphate free. They don't have any of the bad chemicals. Most of them are based of what's that called, Mama? You remember? Well, anyway, it's non-phosphate, it's hypoallergenic, and if you wanted to add any type of other fragrance, which we don't really like or need, you can add essential oils to them if you wanted to. So right about now, I don't know what the timer was, but it's gone. It's completely dissolved. So at this point, we're going to go on to our next step. As you can see, it's completely dissolved pretty much, right? Our next step, so that you can follow along, is we're going to add the 1/2 cup of borax and a 1/2 cup of super washing soda. So there's that, and our baby's adding to the background noise. All right, so we'll do a little bit. We'll give it a stir. And you're trying to make what they used to say in physical science, you're trying to make a homogeneous mixture. And that's pretty much the only reason why you're using warm water, is because it makes everything kind of blend together, especially the Zote. Obviously you need to melt it down. But it'll take a little bit to get this thing going. I probably put it in a little quick. but still, I mean, you can already feel that there's almost no grit on the bottom. All right, and then the next step would be to add 4 cups of hot water to the bucket. And obviously it's not 4 cups, it's 8 cups because we're doing double the dose here. So I already have 4 cups of water that's warm, and I'm gonna go ahead and pour it in my bucket nice and carefully.
What are these?
Those are Homer slippers. All right, and then, all right, so then obviously, so that, because we're about to throw this mixture, soapy mixture into the bucket, and you don't want to just throw it into an empty bucket because it would probably not blend very well easily afterwards. All right, so at this point, I feel comfortable that it's completely homogeneous mixture. I'm gonna pour that into the bucket, and hopefully not on the child. And that's another good thing, is that it really doesn't matter if, you know, all the ingredients are perfectly safe, so, you know, it's not a big deal. And then what I'll do, all right, so then we're gonna stir that for a second, and it's not gonna take much stirring because it's hot, so everything's gonna wanna stay mixed, so everything's fine. What happens is that if you do it with cold water, it's not gonna mix very easily. And you can see that it doesn't set up almost nothing. It doesn't set up at all, practically. So I'm gonna pour, just to clean this off a little bit, I'm just gonna pour this in here. And this is 7 cups if you're doing 1 container, which I don't recommend, because you know, you don't have to do it every other week. But so this is 14 cups of water, and you can pour it in nice and slow, and you know, we're pretty exact with the measurements, but I'm sure that any variation of would probably work. All right, and then now, so I'm gonna mix it all together. And then these containers here, I don't know about other ones, but these actually pop off, so it comes in really handy, especially if you're gonna, hey, if you're gonna be mixing. If you're going to be mixing into a smaller mouth container like this one, because now you have a spout to use. And now the camera lady is holding a baby, which is awesome.
Look at that.
All right, so this is probably the hardest part. And you could probably use a funnel, but I'm so good at this that it doesn't even matter. All right, so. Ah! All right, and then like I said, I mean, it's easier to with a funnel, but you know, I may have spilled like, you know, half of one laundry full. And as I was saying, it doesn't set up. I mean, look how far I dropped it from, and there's almost no suds. So this is completely safe for HE. I've heard for HE machines like the one you have, Susan. And obviously it works for our old school ghetto ones that we have. We're not so fancy. So I usually just do it like that instead of taking out the old. Funnel.
It's pretty clear when you first make it.
Yeah, when you first make it, it looks like liquid, right? It's very, very liquidy.
Yeah.
But once this thing starts to cool off within the next like 6 hours or so, it holds its heat really, really well. Once it starts cooling off for the next 6 hours or so, and then definitely overnight, it's gonna coagulate, and it's gonna turn into like a snot, really, with water in it. And of course, it doesn't have all those chemicals that the ones that you buy at the store have that make it all stay nice and jelly and together. So I mean, that's probably the only inconvenience of using it, is that you have to shake it before you use it, because if not, you'll make I don't even know what would happen. It would make a mess. You would probably end up using some of the water before you do use the actual soap, and it probably wouldn't work as well. So yeah, you have to remember to shake it. And but other than that, it works really well. My wife is really happy. He was really happy about it, and it cleans the clothes. They smell clean and non-chemically, if that's a word. And
Ooh,
I'm not doing such a good job, but that's okay. And we were probably not due completely for some. And this, that was pretty close. I mean, that was eyeballed, and I thought we're gonna actually run out. But I've actually filled this bucket with water about to right here, and I've mopped the house with it. I know that you have hardwood floors, so that wouldn't work for you. But and it makes the house smell really good. It doesn't really leave a residue. I probably wouldn't use it every time because it probably would end up with a residue. But it makes the house smell really good, and we haven't had any issues with it, and it cleans the floors. So.
Did you have the detergent that it looks like after it?
Oh, yeah.
After it.
Well, we can walk into the garage, I suppose,
Okay.
and show what the detergent actually looks like out of the thing.
Yes, she likes your
Oh yeah, you like my homework. So walk with us to our very eclectic garage. Dun dun dun. I wasn't counting on this, but anyway. So this is the one that we have going on. Obviously, shake it before you use it. I recommend writing the instructions everywhere you can so that you don't have to. Although it's really not that hard. It's a cup of each thing. And 4 in the beginning and 14. Anyway, so you stirred it. This is about as much as I stir it, and you'll see how. Does it pour out of here usually or no?
I do it from the.
Yeah, I haven't really
'cause
messed
it's-
with this one, but
Yeah.
you'll see.
I like it.
You'll see it pours out like normal. It's like a little bit. It's a little clumpy, but it's good. See? And that's about right. Right?
Yep.
That's about what you use. And it'll do a regular full load, no problem. And
Yeah.
that's it. All right. So, hope you enjoy. See you later. Bye.